I say these things because the level of wickedness has reached up to heaven. The level of evil, wickedness, of those who prey on the ignorance of others has gone too far. And if they're not called out, there'll be judgment on all. And that's why I'm calling them out. Somebody has to call them out. Otherwise, it'll be judgment on all because nobody spoke. And that's the way God looks at it. Somebody has to speak, that others might be delivered from the sins of the few. I want to show you this documentary just so you understand a few things that are happening in your world. Watch this.
Every year, millions of women worldwide
trust one piece of medical advice. Get your mammogram. It could save your life.
Did you ever hear them say, quick diagnosis is the best hope?
Every year, millions of women walk into screening centers with trust in their hearts. They believe they're, taking the responsible steps, the safe step.
They say, when you have these symptoms, rush and get there quickly. So, because if it's early in its stage, something can be done.
Please, take time out for yourself this year and have a mammogram.
Most doctors believe that early detection tests for breast cancer can save thousands of lives.
As a woman and as a physician, I think that one of the most important things that we can do for ourselves is to get a mammogram.
We are going to make it easy for you to have a mammogram.
But what if that advice was a lie? What if the very test designed to detect cancer was quietly, systematically giving women cancer? What if the organizations promoting it knew? This is not conspiracy. This is not fringing science. This is peer-reviewed, documented, and published.
Till we finish, the agenda is dead. The gospel of Jesus Christ is the only global agenda alive in the world right now.
This is the cancer fraud, the mammogram deception.
In 1965, the first large-scale mammography screening was proposed. In 1970s, the BCDDP, which is the Breast Cancer Detection Demonstration Project, launched without proper randomized controls. And in the 1980s to the 1990s, there was aggressive promotion despite emerging evidence of harm. And then in the 2000s till present, a multi-billion-dollar screening industry entrenched.
I warned you about going for a mammogram. These are terrible deceptions.
The evidence against mammography doesn't come from one scientist, one study, or one country. It comes from everywhere.
Back in 2023, there were reports that revealed mammograms actually cause cancer. A mammogram is an X-ray examination, I'm sure you know that, of the breast. It is used to detect and diagnose breast disease in women who either have breast problems or not. However, reports indicate that this diagnostic procedure actually exposes women's breasts to a type of radiation that's known to cause cancer.
In Denmark, women who were never screened outlived those who were. In Norway, researchers calculated that mammography causes more harm than good, with net quality of life being negative. Switzerland's independent medical board was so alarmed by the evidence, they recommended abolishing mammography screening entirely.
Data has come out about mammography, getting a mammogram, that shows that for every 10,000 people that you give a mammogram to, 8 people will die that would have never had breast cancer from breast cancer. First off, the Hippocratic Oath says do no harm first. That's doing harm. You're killing 8 people. You're killing 8 people per every 10,000 mammograms. And yes, you're saving hundreds. However, there is a ton of data that actually shows there's a 52% overdiagnosis when using mammography. That means that we are treating a great deal of people that would have never died of breast cancer in the first place. Why are we getting mammograms and telling women to get mammograms on a yearly basis, especially if they have dense breast tissue, when the radiation from the mammogram can actually cause breast cancer? And they've done long-term studies on this. I actually read a Cochrane review, which is the most prestigious research entity that exists. It's a huge meta-analysis of multiple studies, and basically said, in a study of node-positive cancers that were saved within pre-screens versus control screen would be the mammogram, there was a 0 net effectiveness rating. So just keep that in mind.
Did you know that in Europe they don't give mammography as a routine practice at all in Switzerland? And in England they only do it every 3 years. Switzerland, they don't do it at all because they found out it causes cancer. This is a new finding. Why do you think we still do it in this country? It must be they've got the system. They have an industry built up they don't want to get rid of. And they don't want to tell women, well, we just found out that we've been causing cancer for the last 20, 30 years in 20,000 women every year, and 6,000 women are dying. So they don't want to admit it at this point.
And the doctors and the lab attendants are trained to be nice. They're always very nice, very sweet. And when people are very sweet, how can you expect that they're deceiving you?
Across 7 European nations, overdiagnosis rates hit 54%. In Africa and Asia, millions of women are being pushed into poorly regulated screening programs with absolutely no long-term safety data specific to their populations.
I've told you before, cancer is not natural. Make no mistakes about it. Let no one deceive you that somehow cancer is because you're not eating well or you're from a poor place. Cancer doesn't come because of any of those things. Cancer is man-made.
Ionizing radiation mutates DNA, damages tumor suppressor genes, and turns cells malignant. Yet every single mammogram blasts ionizing radiation into breast tissue